and welcome to Mika Reacts and Reviews, where we react and review to things on the internet. And today we are going to be reacting and reviewing Struggle Genies and Katherine Curtis, God We Need You Now. And actually I recorded this whole reaction video yesterday, but for some reason I keep running into the issue where parts of the clip or a clip will get corrupted but the rest won't. And so I'm going to do what I did before in another video. I'm going to record the beginning again, and then at some point it's going to switch over to the video that I recorded yesterday. And you're probably going to be able to notice because there's going to be a sort of shift in the way the video looks, because unfortunately I dropped my phone yesterday and did something to the front camera, so now I can't use the front camera and I have to use the back camera, and I have no idea what I looked like or what I look like. So you're going to be able to tell the difference. So yeah, technical difficulties, I'm working on it. But yes, so the beginning will be a reaction review because I watched it yesterday, but at some point it will be my initial reaction. Alright? Hang in there with me, guys. Hang in there with me. Alright, let's get started.
Getting crazy, baby, chill. Don't medicate, just meditate. You waking up now, well, baby, you hella late. Educate, look at what's going on.
Don't medicate, just meditate. Yes, once again, America takes up 80-something% of pharmaceuticals, and we are only 5% of the planet. That is a problem there, and mental health is not going anywhere. It's actually on a rise, especially with the situation and the lockdowns that's been going on. Mental health suicide is on the rise. I'm not against medication, and I understand people's level of mental health issues is different, but I think we have developed a culture that is quick to grab the pill instead of trying other things, and meditation definitely works for me. So I agree with him on that one. Let's continue.
Educate, look at what's going on, let it resonate, accelerate.
And he said educate as well. Educate, and not the public school system education, not the mainstream education. Reach out, have curiosity, want to understand what's going on and why. Listen to people that's smarter than you and smarter than me, people who've come before us. Let's continue.
Accelerate, find your inner hunger like you never ate. Agenda is to push the hate, separate and segregate. Don't celebrate quite yet, the storm is coming, Q, for heaven's sake. Violence that they demonstrate.
Ignite that hunger like you never ate. I feel like for me it's like, once I realized I was being lied to, that hunger translated into me wanting to know more. I did so much research. I listened to so many documentaries. I listened to so many smart men and women speak. And that is how I gained so much information. And I think maybe it just takes a certain personality type to want to have that curiosity to learn and to really understand it instead of just taking whatever the mainstream tells you. That is that hunger I felt. And the whole, like, the agenda is to engage the hate and separate or something like that. I totally agree. I've spoken about this on my other videos, and many people, once again, more and smarter than me, who've come way before me, who have said this multiple times, but for some reason we just need to keep hearing it, saying that one of the great ways the government keeps control of the masses is to separate, and one of the ways to separate is create anger and hate and fear between all these different groups: sex, gender, race, social class, immigrants, illegal immigrants, all these different groups. And so you will keep voting for them to continue to have control because they promise to protect you from whatever monster that they created for you in the first place. Totally agree. Let's continue.
Demonstrate, instigate, and penetrate the values of our country and our God is what they desecrate. My fighters ain't no featherweight, pulling out the seams of
the values of our country and our God is what they desecrate. I completely agree with that. I do believe that the government wants to destroy God. I feel like that was an agenda for a very long time now, because if you don't have a God, then you look to the government, or you look towards these different ideologies and these different tribes for your values and for your morals instead of God himself. Whatever God you believe in, I'm not getting in that debate. I'm just saying God, universal God, a God, the God, whatever you want to say. So I definitely think the government wants to be the God, or even indirectly be the God through these different ideologies that the mainstream pushes. So totally agree. Let's continue.
The weight, pulling out the seams of the fabric that they fabricate. They feed us lies, manipulate, intimidate. forcing us to sit and wait till we come together, congregate, and then we liberate. Praying that you give me strength to find some love.
Till we come together, congregate, and liberate. Congregate, I love that because it reminds me of church. They feed us fear. They feed us fear and intimidate, and then just expect us to sit and wait until we come together and rise. So yeah, I totally agree. Fear and intimidation is another way that the government controls the masses, through fear, through anxiety, and to intimidate. And I think a lot of that is cancel culture, right? I feel like there's a football player, Brandy, something. I don't know anything about football. I'm tortured his name. But there is a white male football player that's very famous and very famously came out in support of Trump. And there was this article that came out recently that said, like, well, he got off too easily for supporting Trump, and it's not fair. He got off too easily for having a political idea, for voting for someone. This is America. You have every right to vote for whomever you want to vote for, and you shouldn't be chastised for voting for one person or the other. And to say that he got off too easily is to say that he should have been punished for voting for Trump, which again is just more division and dividing the country. Because if someone sees that, that translates to them that the 74 to 75 million people that voted for Trump, they should all be punished because they're getting off too easy, which means everybody who voted for Trump are horrible people. It's just more of that division, and it's just like, I don't get how does the media just keep getting away with this? I don't understand. I'm sorry if I'm butchering his name. If you're football fans and Super Bowl fans, you probably know who I'm talking about. Put it in the comment section below, but let's continue.
And that you give me strength to find some love amongst the hate, marching on these streets of blood till I see the golden gates. Troubadour and troubled souls, one of God's servants. Blades out, cut the grass till we see the serpents.
I love that. Blaze down, cut the grass until we see the serpents. And one of my prayers that I've been including into my daily prayer and meditation has been, God, please reveal the truth to people. Please lift the veil and let's see the heads of the snake so we can chop them off so the body can wither away. And that has been my part. I've included that into my daily prayer and meditation, that I stand on one accord with those who want the truth to be revealed and those who want us to be united. I don't know what to do about the head of the snake or whatever, metaphorically, right? The big government or the shadow government, whoever's pulling the strings. Do they ever really go away? I don't know, but all we can do is try, right? Instead of just sitting down and just taking it. So I agree with that. Let's continue.
I hope you see the truth. This puppet show stays on because of you fools. We've been the devil way too long. I know it's fun, but get ready to pay your dues. Oh God, come back home. This crazy world is filled with liars and abusers. We need you now before we're too far gone. I hope one day they finally see the truth.
I don't know if I'm gonna say this later in the other half of my video, but I just want to say that her voice is amazing. Like, her voice, she probably came from the church, right? She used to sing in the church, right? Gospel, because she has a voice like she sounds like she used to. If she didn't, she would be a great gospel singer. Because it just hits you. It hits you in the feels. And you feel it. You feel that she means it. Her, and the contrast between like his raspy voice and her like very powerful but angelic voice is amazing. Alright, let's continue. Have they done any more songs together? Let me know. Alright, let's continue.
We need you now.
I know the truth is hard to swallow, just digest it. Suspected something's going on, but chose to just neglect it. Deflected by some breaking news, oh, we just accepted. Expected just to
we just accept it. We just like, yeah, it is. This is what it is. We just blindly just go along in life because I don't think anybody feels like they have any power to do anything. And I just said that earlier in this video, that I was like, what are you supposed to do? Like, what are you supposed to do? Like, I don't get it. Like, pray? I don't know. Like, it feels, people feel powerless. So it's almost like, what's the point of me knowing that these things are going on if there's nothing I can do about it. I do think we can do something about it to a certain extent. I think we can have a social consciousness shift. I think we can change the culture, and you can pay attention to your local politics, and we can all become self-sufficient, self-reliant entrepreneurs who are accountable and responsible for ourselves. You know, pull your kids out of public schools because they're indoctrinating them. But there's different things we could do, like our own small steps. But when it comes to the head of the snake, what do you do about that? You know what I mean? But I do think it needs to stop being normalized. Like this whole like hate speech thing needs to stop being normalized. This acceptance of just crazy stuff that doesn't make any sense, like 5-year-olds being able to change their sex, that needs to stop being normalized. I'm not saying you have to attack people. I'm not saying you have to be an asshole about it. I'm not saying you can't sit down with the other side and have a civil discussion on why they believe it's right and why you believe it's wrong. You know what I mean? They say it's follow the science, but they're not even following the science. But anyway, we need to stop normalizing the fact that there are trans women who became trans women a week before they decided to play in female sports. And a lot of these female athletes, I know they have an issue with it, but they don't speak up because they're scared of being canceled, or they're scared of losing their position that they fought their whole life to get. It was I believe one or maybe 2 girls that came out and talked about it. But I know there's way more than that they didn't get support for. That they're like, we fought our whole life. We trained since we were tiny little kids, and now we have to fight for 2nd and 3rd, or just 3rd, because we know we're not going to get to 1st. We know we're not. We're not built that way. But we just accept it and normalize it. You know what I mean? I talked about this earlier in my other channel, and I had people be like, I don't know. I mean, I just think like, no, it's not. We shouldn't just sit down and be like, it's just what it is. Like, I don't know. I know what to do. I'm not saying people go out to be assholes or be mean to the LGBTQ plus community, because a lot of people in there also don't agree. I've spoken to people in the community. I'm a part of the community, and like, it's just like, I know this is crazy, but I don't know what to say, and I don't want to get in trouble, and I don't want to lose my friends. We've normalized little 10 and 11-year-old boys dressing up like drag queens and then twerking in front of a group of men in pride parades. 10-year-old boy twerking with his butt out in the air, and a group of men like, yes. They're stripping, taking their clothes off in gay clubs. I have nothing against gay clubs. I love gay clubs. I have nothing against pride. I love pride. But we've normalized little kids taking their clothes off and twerking in front of grown people. And we call it progressive. We call it progressing. But we want to criticize the dancing boys in the Middle East. What's the difference? I'm just saying. If you don't know what the dancing boys is, Google it. Anyway, I'm going on a rant. Let's continue.
Fall in line and follow their perspective. Don't question their objective, but I got a lot of questions. How these kids molested, but nobody's been arrested. Read it in the testament, these children are protected. So I'm fighting all these terrorists, both foreign and...
I mean, Epstein? What happened to that list? That black book with all the names? What happened to it? Boop. Thin air. Nowhere. Those kids, those people, they get no justice. Let's continue. And that's not even the end of it. It's been like this for a long time, and people do not get arrested. People do, but a lot don't. Let's continue.
I'm fighting all these terrorists, both foreign and domestic. Refuse to be directed, blind, not a sheep. Only kneel to my God, so I'm dying on my feet. Silence when we speak, but there's violence in the street. I've been rolling with...
I only kneel to my God, so I'm gonna die on my feet. Thank you. Stop bending the knee. Stop it. Stop doing that shit. Like, I get trying to be empathetic. I get trying to sympathize. I get that. But the whole bending the knee and laying castrate, I'm talking about the BLM protests. I think the protests, for the most part, in the beginning were beautiful and actually touched me. And I'm not even a BLM organization fan. But you saw hundreds of thousands of people kneeling as if they're worshiping. What are you worshiping? Laying castrate like you do in church? Like, what is that? Like, don't, and bending the knee is more like bending the knee to mainstream, or bending the knee to the side that tells you to conform. Like, don't do that shit. You bend the knee to God, but if you don't believe in God, you bend the knee to your own morals, not to everyone else who tells you what your morals should be. This is a good song. I'm sorry. Let's continue.
Take it on the cheap. Drink from a glass half full, I'm optimistic. People are sadistic, so vicious and malicious. Praying for assistance to overcome opposition, or I'm gonna start resisting and then I pray for forgiveness.
I'm gonna start resisting and then I pray for forgiveness. Again, I don't support violence, but resisting can mean a lot of other things. And I like the whole, like, I'm optimistic, my glass is half full. And that's the thing, that's where I want to stay. Like, I always call myself a realistic optimist. I'm realistic about things for sure, but I don't want to go down that path of black pill. You know what I mean? Like, oh, whatever, what's the hope? I don't know what to do. Again, I don't know what to do about the head of the snake, but I know that there's many other things I can do that I have control over, or I have a voice that I can lend to other people. You know what I mean? But I don't think it's good for anybody to become black pill and super disingenuous, where you just don't give a F anymore. Like, yeah. Okay, let's continue.
Just to overcome opposition, or I'm gonna start resisting and then I pray for forgiveness.
One day I hope you see the truth. This puppet show stays on because of you fools. We've been dancing with the devil way too long. I know it's fun, but
I haven't talked much about the video. Like, I talked that I like the dancing, I like the puppet strings. I like their look. I like it's all black, like almost like they're going to a funeral, maybe like Death from America. I'm not really sure. I like that the guy has his baby and stuff like that. It's very like we here as a family. I mean, they also look good in all their black and all their silver and all their rings and stuff like that. I really like it. I like that they're coming together as like a group, as a community. People can even say like they're marching for justice or something like that, or marching for what they believe in. I like that. Let's continue.
oh God, come back home. This crazy world is filled with liars and abusers. We need you now before we're too far gone.
Let me cry.
I hope one day they finally see the truth. God, we need you now. We need you now.
And I love how strong the women look. Oh my god, I think I'm gonna cry, guys. I'm actually... Okay, I'm gonna cry. Okay, this is stupid. Oh my god. I love how strong the women look. And they're so beautiful at the same time. They're not like deranged looking, like some people. But I like how they're marching with their men, and the men are strong, but the women look strong as well. Like, oh, I love it. It's all in my feels. I'm all in my feels. All right, let's go.
Need you now. One day, one day, one day. Oh, one day I hope you see the truth. This puppet show stays on because of you fools. We've been dancing with the devil way too long. I know it's fun, but get ready to pay your dues. Oh God, come back home. This crazy world is filled with liars and abusers. We need you now before we're too far gone. I hope one day they finally see the truth. God, we need you now.
Oh my god. I don't know what carrying the kid represents. I'm like all choked up. Maybe like carrying the fallen. I don't know. It's kind of a triggering sight to see a limp kid in someone's arm. You know what I mean? Again, representing the American flag. They're just so proud, you know what I mean? And I think people will look at that and just take it completely the wrong way. Like, oh, they're white men and they're cis and they got the American flag and they're Southern and look how they got tattoos and stuff. They must be like Proud Boys or something, which is not what the media says they are. So yeah, like I like the imagery. I love strong men. I love strong women too, don't get me wrong, but I love me some strong men. Like, ooh, give us more strong men. Like, oh, let's continue. Gentlemen in training, that's right, raise your gentleman. And the thing is, the mainstream media, like, they try to twist what alpha male is. It does not mean asshole. You can be a gentleman and be an alpha male. You take care of yours when you're an alpha male. You take care of your family. You take care of your women. And that means being a gentleman. I love that. And now feminists are telling, men shouldn't open doors and pull out chairs because they're saying women are weak. Like, are you serious? Can you stop fucking it up for the rest of us? Thank you. Because I like my doors open and I don't like my chairs pulled out. Like, get over it. I love this. All right. Let's see. I don't know if I'm gonna have this in there. Oh my god, guys, I got so emotional. I actually think I have watched this video a while ago when it first came out, but I didn't recognize the name of it. And I don't even know if I watched the whole video. I feel like I saw a clip or something. But I got all in my feels. Like that voice, she really like gets you like in your heart, and it reminds me of worship music, because worship music can get you all in your feels. Worship music, like really good worship music, can get you all in your feels. You know what I mean, church people? I can somebody tell me if you still go to church, if they've ever played this song at your church? Because that's a really good song to play at a church. I really think so. You should probably be a little bit more of a hip church. Like, my church was called Harvest Rock when I still went to church, because my pastor thought it'd be cool to put rock on the end of church, because his whole goal was to attract young people. And he did. He had a whole fucking like congregation of young teenagers, and I was a part of it. I was a youth leader. Anyway, this is not the story of my life. I already talked about this on my Dax God video. Go watch it. It's a long one, but I think it's good. I'm gonna like the video, of course. Yes. I'm gonna read a couple of comments. Jelly Roll. Isn't Jelly Roll a musician himself, right? Should I react to his stuff, guys? Am I wrong about that? Is he not a musician? I think he is. If he is, should I react to his stuff? I am proud of you, my brother. It is not easy doing a song like this, but it's needed, and it's honest, and it's preaching the gospel that people need to hear. Love you, Booba? Booba. I think that's a nickname. Another one is, I only kneel to my God, so I'm dying on my feet. I loved that line. I love that line. I've always said, if someone, like, I mean, you gotta be smart about it, but if it came down to it, if someone wanted me to denounce God or convert to something, I would rather die. And I know that sounds silly, and maybe I wouldn't at that moment, and maybe if I had kids I'd change my mind, but like, I don't know, like, it just, I think some things are just too important. Anyway, continue. I'm not exactly Christian, but this bar was fired. Again, I'm not religious, but I am spiritual. I love God. I have roots in Christianity and in Islam, and so like it's still, oh, got me in my feels. Like, how many times am I gonna say that? The other one, this song needs to be blasted from the rooftops. I agree. From A-Sons, Open Journey. I like your profile name, A-Sons. The other one, No Shot, says, I only kneel, same thing, for my God, so I'm dying on my feet. Facts. Let's see if we can do maybe a couple more. How, I'm not gonna, okay, I'll say it because YouTube likes to censor people. Not that I'm even getting monetized right now. Alright, how these kids molested nobody, but nobody getting arrested. Yeah. Okay, one more. This is a longer one. I literally cannot get enough of this song. This is the type of song you turn up loud, but even louder when you're driving your car past people congregate so they can hear it. The words are on spot, my guy. And Caithlynne's voice was top 3 best voices I have ever heard. I hope to see her at the top where she belongs. Yes, agree. So wait, this is not Struggle Jennings, the female voice? That's not Struggle Jennings? That's Kathleen. Maybe saying her name right. Kathleen Curtis. Struggle Jennings sounds like a female name to me, so I thought she was Struggle Jennings, but I guess think I'm wrong. Alright, sorry. Didn't mean to misgender you. Don't cancel me. Anyway, guys, please put in the comment section, what did you think about this song, about my video, about my reaction? Did you get in your feels? Were you in your feels like I was? Because I was in my feels. Please comment, like, comment, and subscribe, guys. It helps with the algorithm. Please help us get to 500 subscribers. Our first goal. We've already surpassed 100, so let's keep it going. Tell me what you think about my videos. And sometimes I feel like I'm being like way too personal. Like I'm just talking about way too much of my personal ideas and my beliefs, but that's just how I am. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of very generic like reaction channels out there that again just bob their head and say lit and then ask you to subscribe. I wanted to do something different with my reaction channel, but am I being too personal? I don't know. You guys let me know. Alright.